Hey guys, it's me, Misha, and I'm bringing another book to you with some psychological points on how to achieve living your fantasy in your reality. Okay, so Kade's Dark Embrace by Kim Grasso is an erotica type fiction novel, all right? And it's based on a paranormal romance based in Philadelphia and in New Orleans. Okay, so it gives you a lot of the old world New Orleans history. It gives you that atmosphere, that mystery and adventurous feelings that come along with the New Orleans, atmosphere. And I like how it adds in there the sense of danger with adding the Philadelphia environment in there. Now, to give you a little bit more about the book, give you that summary, Sydney, who is one of the leads, is a cop in Philadelphia, and they've obviously made her this headstrong woman who's obviously, if you're a woman in any police force, you actually have to go against the predominantly male atmosphere that you're in. So any woman knows exactly what I'm talking about. It also adds in there this arrogant ancient vampire who is used to being in power, who's used to getting his way, and clearly the two bump heads. All right. Classic, setting for any type of couple. All right, so now let's get into the nitty-gritty of their relationship. They are investigating this mystery, this murder, and they have to work together. I feel that the book was a little bit over the top in trying to establish Sydney's her masculinity, her toughness, how well she was able to deal with being a cop in Philadelphia. And her feistiness came off a bit fake. It irritated me. But I enjoyed the mystery, which the further along I did get into that also seemed kind of fake. But I liked how they kept implying to other things, so I was eager to find out what was going on in the next book. All right, so I'm just preparing you. This book definitely is going to let you down a little bit, but the overall concept of her New Orleans series was definitely something to take away. It was interesting. It kept your attention, and obviously, we're all looking for those romantic, those hot chemistry scenes, which there were plenty of. All right, so let's get into that also. In any relationship, all right, there are plenty of times where sex is very, very instrumental in developing that relationship. And for those of you that think that a physical relationship between you and your partner doesn't hold much sway, you're fooling yourself. All right, a lot of us, I can't even say a lot of us, but human beings, we want and we crave that human connection, that companionship. But that companionship is on many different levels. All right, you have to find a companion that can match you intellectually, can match that lust that you have, so that physical attraction comes in. And then you have to have the attraction that is more on a emotional and spiritual base. So you don't need to always like the same things, but maybe your interest is there a little bit, or this person is able to bring something to you that you didn't even think you would be interested in. There has to be enough commons and enough differences in a relationship that give it that spark. Don't get it twisted, and don't underestimate the power that physical relationship can have in your everyday life. If you have a partner and the two of you have already been intimate, don't try to put an emotional twist on things. Don't try to change that dynamic. Understand that if you're having a bad day at work, sometimes you need to come home and just bone. All right? It is about that level of comfortability you have with your partner. It's about that dependability that you have with your partner as well. All right? Sex is an excellent stress reliever. And you'll find that a lot of times, if you're having a lot of arguments with your partner, if you are just nitpicking at things, all right, if they're nitpicking at things with you, for some reason the two of you are just not meshing the way you used to, there's probably stress involved on both ends. And there's even more stress that's building because of the fact that you're not meshing the way you used to. We need to fit together with our partners, all right? And when that fit is just a little bit off and it's not coming together, sometimes you have to take a step back and figure out what's going on. And in order for you to do that, you got to remove the stress. So don't read too much into it as, oh my God, this person, my partner's not into me as much as they were once before. A lot of times it could be just stress. Remember what attracted you to that person. Have one of those times where you just need to bone, get it out your system, clear the cobwebs, whatever you want to call it. Get that out. Get back to that euphoric feeling that the two of you bring to each other. And then don't fill it. As soon as the euphoric feeling is over, don't fill it with negativity. Allow yourself to linger there. Feel that. And that's one of the things that I think that was very well demonstrated in Kade's dark embrace. Sydney was very stressed, obviously, with her emotions, all right, not understanding what was sparking them toward her attraction with Kade. She was also dealing with the stress of the job, okay? Things can come into your life that kind of throw you off and maybe you don't understand why. So she needed that stress reliever. Now, I'm not saying how she handled her stress was always on the up and up, okay? She had to come to terms with that. And there were some things, without giving too much away, some things that I felt that she could have done better, especially if we are applying aspects of a fiction novel to our reality, all right? In reality, we need to be safe, okay? We cannot always just run out there and be with any person we choose to and there's no consequences that come about. So I am not saying it by no means necessary run out there and do that. I am specifically referring to if you are already in a relationship and you and your partner have already been intimate. One cool point that I do want to bring out that I thought a lot of people, if they hear it, they would start screaming, oh my God, that's so old-fashioned. Why are you even interested in it? But you would be surprised how so many little things that are considered or quoted as being old-fashioned still bring so much pleasure to someone. And it's stated here in the book. Sydney was meeting Kade's assistant, Kade's friend, Luca. And when Luca introduced himself to her, he grabbed her hand and he kissed her hand. And she stated that she was thrown off by it. She even said, she said, I know I should appreciate it. But in her line of work, that's not something she's used to. She's used to men either trying to grab her rear or they're running away from her because she's cuffing them. That kind of applies today. So I challenge you. Go to your significant other and surprise them. Grab their hand and just kiss it out of nowhere. It'll probably take them aback. And they'll be like, what's going on? What is this for? And if you're dating and you come across a potential dating partner, take that extra little step and do that old-fashioned technique and see what response you get. Now, I dare you. Can you do that and be able to handle being called old-fashioned? Because that'll make you stand out in your partner's mind? Or will you cave and do what everybody else does today and leave it alone? And then wonder why later on there's no spice. There's no chemistry that's continuing in your relationship. And when you do, drop me a comment. Tell me about the response that you received. My rating for Kade's Dark Embrace, I'd say, is a 2. All right, excellent for passing the time, but I'd read it just so that I could get to the other books. The other books are definitely better. But Kim Grasso is off to a great start. We'll say that, because of what she left in the book that enticed me to want to find out about Luca, to find out about Tristan, to find out about all these other characters.